Today on Community School Impact, we're highlighting the power of family engagement and partnerships. When schools, families, and community organizations work together, students gain the stability and support they need to thrive. Stay with us. We'll be right back with stories of connection, collaboration, and the people who make our community schools stronger every day. Welcome back to Community School Impact. To begin our conversation on partnership, I'm joined by Dr. Eric Elston, representing the Community Action Agency, one of our strongest allies in helping families find stability and opportunity. Through housing support, employment resources, and wraparound services, Dr. Elston and his team work side by side with our community schools to ensure families have what they need to thrive. Dr. Elston, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Don, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So, Dr. Elston, can you start by sharing how the Community Action Agency began partnering with our community schools and how that partnership really aligns with your mission?
Definitely, thank you. That's a great question. We started through the Community Action Agency by writing a grant in partnership with the community school coordinator at Annapolis Middle School. And that grant was through the Maryland Community Health Resources Commission and the local behavioral health agency. And we started 2 years ago. We had a summer program with over 50 families and children. And that was a 6-week program where we provided food every day, guest speakers, social emotional workshops, explorational career not field trips, but trips. And it was just amazing just to awaken the intellectual curiosity of our youngsters, to make sure we break any barrier that those families have towards success. And success looks like, feeling safe, feeling supported, being seen, having access to a quality education. So it was an amazing partnership. And most importantly, we built trust with those families, and to know that, hey, look, how can we serve you? How can we support you? How can we help you be a dream chaser? So
that sounds really powerful, Dr. Elston. So you've seen firsthand how collaboration can change lives. So yes. I'm hoping you can share a little bit or maybe describe a moment when your team in a school worked together to directly improve outcomes for a family or for a student.
Just seeing those students show up each day during the summer with smiles, and most importantly, being consistent for the families. Consistency builds trust builds respect, and respect opens up the door for love, support, and grace. So once those babies, and I look at all our families as my families, once those babies, showed up for the school year, and those same success coaches, where we have 4 success coaches and a licensed clinical professional counselor, there for them during the summer, and we were there for them when the school opened up in the school year, and it was amazing, But the most important piece is, meeting the families where they are. Everybody has different needs, everybody has different issues, and to create that trust where, we look for our families to receive the resources, but we also need to understand that in receiving, we need to support and make sure they feel safe, right? And that's where it was amazing. We were there for family support, and whether they need school uniforms. And through the grant, we have 2 vans where if it's families need to go to doctor's appointments, they need physicals for sports or activities, we're there 24/7. So that's where, when you talk about achievement and, something I learned a long time ago, we make sure that all families will be successful no matter what.
It's what's really exciting to me about the community school partnerships, that we celebrate the work that's going on in community schools, that it's just so much bigger than just the community school work. It's the partnerships.
Yes.
And how it's amplified by how much more can be accomplished by the partnerships and all the wraparound services that are occurring in the schools. And so you really highlight the heart of the wraparound work and meeting families where they are. And through this journey, I'm curious what you've learned about the power of school and the community partnerships. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, the power is, we're in Anne Arundel County, and it's a lot of amazing organizations, right? And I want to highlight the work that Marcy Gibbons and Ryan does, having the hub and the spokes where the different organizations could come together, share what they're doing, share resources, share strategies or framework. But I always go back to how can we create sandboxes in our community where everybody could come and support, and it's not this organization's family or it's not this organization's student, it's all of our students. I look to support how can we share resources, how can we communicate, how can we ensure that all students are successful, and that through that weave, that's where I challenge organizations to say, hey, look, we're doing a great job, but how can we help another organization do a great job as well? So
that's good. That's good. And those partnerships often go beyond academics. So how do wraparound services like housing, employment, and family support contribute to student successes in the classroom?
It comes where some of our students are coming with complexities that are behind the curtains that we don't see. And I challenge everyone, even myself, to say, when that student shows up, it's not where's your pencil, why didn't you do your homework? It's how can I help you today? Because we don't know what they're coming from or experiencing the night before. And so if we start to, and again, we go back to meeting the students where they are and the families where they are, those wraparound services and the ability to listen to the things that the students aren't saying, hey, did you do your homework? Or, hey, do you want to stay after for recess, or do you want to, come during block hour to get some extra reinforcement? So wraparound services and support in housing or energy, it's not a cookie cutter approach to it. It may be, hey, families asking for rides, or it may be snacks or food. It comes in a lot of different vantage points, but the more you connect with the students and the more you connect with the families, they're going to be comfortable to tell you what they need.
Right.
And I have to echo this. We are blessed to be where we are because certain folks sacrifice for us, right? So we're at the table where we're able to live. But a lot of our families in Anne Arundel County, they're surviving. So we have to understand that, hey, how can I connect with someone that their nervous system may be in a fight, flight, freeze mode? How can I support them to understand, hey, you're safe, you're supported, whatever you need, I'm here to make sure that you're successful. Right?
Wow. Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful. So, Dr. Elston, I can't believe it's already time for this, but as we close this segment,
yes,
what message would you share with other community organizations about the difference they can make when they partner with schools?
I say look at every family, student, and community member as a human being. Reflect back when you were going through a traumatic experience or a challenging time, and what would you wish someone would have did for you? Whether it's a trusted adult having a hand on your shoulder and saying, hey, you're smart and intelligent, you're going to be successful, hey, I love you, what can I do to support you? And sometimes, as we reflect back and die, did someone tell us today that we're smart and intelligent, that we're going to be successful, that they loved us and you're going to make it through? And so those words of encouragement can go a long way for some of our families that are struggling.
So, Dr. Elston, you are someone that I've known for a number of years. We've worked together for a number of years. I'm very glad that you are a champion in our school system. I'm very glad to know you and to consider you a friend as well.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Eric. It's clear that when families have access to stability and opportunity, students thrive. Coming up next, we'll meet the mentors helping students believe in themselves and see their full potential. Welcome back. Joining me now are Eric Ashby-Bay and Terrell Freemanell from Together We Rise, a mentoring program that's making a lasting impact in our community schools. Partnerships like this show how relationships between caring adults and students strengthen family engagement and school connection. What does the Together We Rise mentoring program mean to you, and how did it become part of the community schools network?
Wow, what does it mean to me? Together We Rise is the vehicle that we use to return a benefit received. So, it started out in 2020. Me and Brother Terrell and some other brothers and sisters putting this together um, because we knew we had to do something, about the problems. I'm from Baltimore, so the problems in Baltimore and the problems here. And it just so happened that we wound up getting a favorable reply here in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. We didn't in Baltimore City Public Schools. Philosophical differences. But Anne Arundel County rolled out the red carpets for us. Um, the way that we got into Annapolis Elementary School, and that was our first school, is the summer before the 2022-2023 school year. I just emailed Miss Shelley Harford, principal at Annapolis, and was persistent and called, and she gave us a meeting. We met with her, we laid out the program to her, and she gave us a shot, and the rest is history. It's from that one school, now we're at 7 schools.
All
So it's just, this is a way for us to give back, because we know that, and we teach this to the children. It is our duty to be a friend to mankind as it is our interest that man should be friendly to us. But it's our duty first to be a friend. So this is what we're doing. We extending our hands to help the youth. We can't keep saying the youth of the future if we don't prepare them for the future. And then if we don't, we can't complain about what we're dealing with. So.
Well, I'm glad that you got that favorable response back at however many years ago that is now, from
4 years.
4 years ago now, because I know that it has blossomed into some very good relationships across those 7 schools now. So, Terrell, I want to know from you, sir, mentorship is really such a powerful tool for connection. Can you share a story maybe that captures a bit about how mentorship has changed a student's confidence or motivation?
Well, we have some great experiences habitually with the students that we work with at different schools, but the relationships that we have built are priceless, and they will live with all of us throughout all of our days. So the impacts that first stick out to me are the quiet ones. The quiet ones and the loud ones, but those quiet ones that you just don't know how to reach them. They're available, they're present, but that connection is missing. Well, being able to, one, be consistent and show by demonstration that we're here and we're here to help, and this is my name, what's yours? These basic things set a foundation that allowed those missing pieces to just fall into place for everyone. So for those quiet ones, I've gotten to know some of their names. They're not so quiet anymore. And they're excited to talk about how the experience with Together We Rise makes them want to come to school and sometimes makes them not want to leave. We have some that, that shed tears when we're ending our weekly session. They're like, oh, well, this was just so nice. I don't want to go home. I don't want to leave you all. I can't wait till I come back. And that's amazing to see. And then say, okay, we have to work on this. Like, okay, well, don't cry. Then you're going to make me cry. So let's go ahead and look forward to talking about how great this day was with everybody else. And in no time, we're going to be back together again.
Yeah.
So for the youth to be able to view school as an opportunity to have that experience, to develop their character, to feel better about who they are, that's already something that's really deeply nestled within their self that the teachers and all the staff members get to nurture and see develop and see blossom. And we happen to be a part of those fantastic peoples that are helping along. So that's one example that I would say we look forward to seeing in all the dynamics that they manifest.
That's beautiful. And I love the way that you describe it. I just see the joy that comes out in you in the way that you're talking about the relationship with the kids. Eric, I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about what he brought out in the relationships with the staff. And I'm curious if you can share a little bit about how the collaboration with the staff, the school staff and the families support the success of your mentoring in those relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the relationships between us, the school, the community school program manager, the parents, is paramount in order for the children to be successful, because that's all that we're working towards.
Right.
You know, it's not, we don't have an individual goal, they don't have an individual goal. It's all one goal to raise these children. And so in our mission statement, it talks about supporting parents, right? Because for whatever reason, parents today either have to work so many jobs that they can't be with their children, and some parents, unfortunately, didn't have parents. So now they're in the role of a parent, and it's not working out well. We see this, right? So we are working to bring parents in, have parent rap sessions this year. We say to the schools, the principals, the counselors, the social workers, we want the students that y'all quote unquote call problem students. Mm-hmm. We don't want, if the good ones want to come, that's fine, but what we want is the ones that you're having trouble with. So in your meetings, when you're talking about Johnny or Susie, they're having trouble with this, they're having trouble with attendance, get them in our program so that we can help with that. We've worked with Miss Spence, the PPW at Annapolis and Georgetown, quite often with students, and that's what it takes. It takes the collaboration. Mm-hmm. You know, we have heard for many years it takes a village, but nobody is really creating a village, and that's what we're trying to do. So we are reaching out to the counselors, to the teachers, to the parents. We, over the last 4 years, we have relationships with parents now where we can call them, they can call us. And that's our goal with all the children. It takes time to form these relationships, but now we have 6th and 7th graders that participate in our program at Brooklyn Park Middle School on Saturdays that we bring there, and we know their parents, you know, and see, this just makes the mentoring stronger. We say to them, we ain't trying to be your mother, we ain't trying to be your father. We just trying to help your mother and father in the good work that they're doing. Right. You know, so it's, those relationships are paramount.
That's awesome. So it sounds like trust is a paramount piece of those relationships as well. It's a core piece of the work that you're doing. Yeah. So how do mentors really build the trust with students while at the same time reinforcing the school values and expectations?
Well, you have to meet the students where they are. And likewise, you have to meet the school, the staff, the system where it is. So when you have those around that are ready to work, willing to work, volunteering all of their, all that they have to offer, the staff, the teachers, and the students, again, offering what they have as they figure out what life is and what's going to become and who they are. Well, then, again, these basic things that sometimes we take for granted come back into play. Hey, how are you? My name's Terrell. Yeah, Fremantle. Look, there it is. You got to look at it on the name tag. We go through all of these basic things because they're necessary. And when we build the bond, we show that we're willing to, we're ready to, and we're here because it's our duty. We're here because we love the experience. When they see these things, they're scratching their heads like, are you here because you're paid to be here? I'm like, no, we're here because we love to be here. And what was your name again? Oh, it reinforces this. Wow. This curiosity or this understanding that, okay, this is a safe place. This is a safe moment. It allows the walls to come down. It allows bridges to be built between all of the resourceful people that make these grand opportunities available to after school programs, the mentoring programs. But in the minds and the hearts of those involved, that trust can be, it can manifest because there is communication, there's consistency. If we're not all there at one time, you're going to see someone in a Together We Rise, shirt or badge, and you're going to get the same loving energy. So that is something special. It is something that should be more normal than what it is when we work with others to demonstrate by example. It allows the children to do the same. They are just amazing little balls of energy, And when you give them the opportunity to show who they are or ask the questions that they really just want answered. Why am I here? Who signed me up? It allows the rest of the day to flow, especially when they know they can ask it, even if they have to wait. No, hold on, we'll get to you. They love that acknowledgement. Okay, wow, all right. And so this village that it takes to raise a child is also what it takes for us to be consistent, for the parents to have the support. So meeting ones where they are, that's a part of the glue to building a lasting bond and manifesting trust with them.
Absolutely. So Eric and
Can
Carol.
Can I add something to that?
No, fast.
Okay,
Well,
I was just gonna say that in relationships, when you can rely on the other person, then you can relax, and that's what we get them to understand that they can rely on us, because when we say we're gonna be there, we there. We say we do what we say we're gonna do.
Absolutely. We'll have to leave it there. Eric and Terrell, thank you so much for joining us today. Today's stories remind us that partnership is more than a program, it's a mindset. Family engagement isn't a single event or meeting. It's about creating spaces where every voice matters, every culture is celebrated, and every partnership leads to student success. From family stability and mentorship to cultural connection, each story shows the incredible power of collaboration when we put people at the center of our work. Thank you for joining us for Community School Impact, Family Engagement and Partnerships. I'm Adele Carter, and we'll see you next time as we continue to celebrate the people and partnerships that make our schools stronger together.